Hello, and welcome everybody to XPNsion Network. This is episode number 64 of the Ask Julius Show, this amazing show in which every single Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have actually, you know what, I'm going to move from one side of the screen to the other side of the screen because I'm just here, I'm just asking the questions, and I'm interacting with the audience. The real deal here is Casey, Joe, and Julius. And I was telling you what this Ask Julius Show is about. So it's basically our audience, which is wonderful, beautiful, lovable, and everything else that you can think of. And they ask questions to Julius every single Thursday. Actually, not only during the show on Thursday, but also through email to our production team. They send the questions, and we have plenty of questions today too, to support at expandwithjulius.com. And then all those questions, you know, Casey actually channels Julius and his group of entities, and we have these amazing answers. That's why we keep on receiving those questions. And we have questions, believe it or not, after 64 questions, we still have questions that have never been asked. Isn't it amazing, Casey? And welcome back. How are you?
Excellent. It's wonderful to see everybody climbing on. It's just amazing, you know, when we get this enthusiasm from our audience. Julius loves to show off, right? They love the live audience, you know, interaction, and everybody's just been amazing. Angel, can you believe that these people have been with us for this long, right?
Oh, totally. And you know what? We are not even, you know, live, and people are already talking. And the thing is, we started a few minutes early today, as you know, as you see, and they're all here. JC, by the way, JC Daly, it's been a long time since I last saw you here. Lovely Andrelyn is back. Thank you for being here. And Stacy Mew is here as well. I think that also, I don't remember last time I saw her on the chat. So everybody's back here. So thank you so much for being early and for saying hello to all of us. Go ahead, Casey.
Yeah, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. You know, we always say no matter what we're doing, we can't do it with everybody without the audience, right? And they're just amazing. And so we're just sending all of our love back out there, and everybody amplified, right? But the love that you're sending, you guys all amplify.
Absolutely. We're broadcasting at the same time from Texas and from
Utah.
Okay.
Till the next show. So this is going to be my last show in Utah for now. Anyway, Angel will be picking me up in Florida week after next. So it'll be a new time slot for me. I'm all great with that. And it'll be some new fresh energy as well. I'll have the ocean right by me. We'll have ocean.
Which I love, actually. I have to confess, I love water for some reason. There must be like a spiritual reason why it's that. But every time I'm living close to water, my life thrives tremendously. So I love water, and I feel attracted to water as well. And I'm sure we're going to have an even more enhanced energy to our show, if that's even possible. So again, thank you everybody who is here. Let me start showing our ticker here. So everybody who wants to ask questions, please go ahead and ask the questions live, because we will be, oh my God, look at that. We already have like 3 questions. It's crazy. Why did I open my mouth? No, I'm kidding, obviously. Thank you so much for being so ready to ask questions. All right, so I'm gonna I'm gonna make myself small for a while, okay? Because we want Casey to take the full main character of the show, and obviously Julius. And his group of entities. The first question comes from JC Daly. Question, I have to move from my apartment I am at now to a new one August 1st. I am scared it's going to go wrong. I have PTSD from being homeless in the past. Oh. Is it going to work out?
Yeah. So, Master, we want you to be extremely mindful of how you are feeling, because how you are feeling becomes the projection that determines the reality for you. It's total truth. 1,000% true, 1,000,000% true. It's quantum physics. Everything is energy, Master. Everything is energy. And we know that it is too simplistic of a statement. Just change your attitude, about what you're doing, because with the trauma that you have in the past, you are replaying that situation for you all the time. And so you have a tendency to be projecting the exact same type of energy. The truth is, Master, that you are source and you determine your experience. That's how extraordinarily powerful you are. You need to be very mindful of the fears that you are feeling, because you will project those and create those in your reality again to show you how powerful you are, not to harm you, to keep you in sadness and depression and in your trauma. But everything that takes place in your life is actually showing you your power, Master. It's showing you your power. We will always tell you that you are safe and you are well, Master. You are safe and you are well. And if these words bring you the greatest comfort possible, then use them, please. Harness our assuredness to shift you out of this space of a limited frequency, which would be the only reason that you would end up having a limited experience. Master, you are source. And as you come back to knowing the truth of all that you are, it will help to elevate your stasis and perception of self, which inevitably will expand your energy frequency, which inevitably will guarantee the outcome of anything that you are creating for yourself in a positive light. We're going to tell you you're fine. We hope that brings you joy. And when you are in doubt, Master, come back to our words, because the truth is this: we've got you. You've got you, Master. All is well. We send you healing and light for your trauma. We encourage you to continue to get services or support from people who can truly help you with that stasis. It is an amazing truth, Master. When you start to climb your way out of your trauma and you discover self, and then you dare, Master, to begin the process of loving yourself, and that heals your trauma. For Master, the only thing that heals trauma is self-love. So be mindful to practice that every day.
Thank you so much, and thank you, JC Daly. And then let's go to the next question from Deline. Hi everyone, I've had a deja vu all my life that I can't remember. It's a feeling that I have dreamt the situation already. It's always pleasant. Can you expand on deja vu?
So deja vu, Master, is a cross in timelines. It's a bump in timelines. That's exactly what it is. Easy peasy, pumpkin squeezy. But we're going to elaborate because we love to do that. Okay. So you have parallel timelines, subsequently parallel lifetimes as well. Within each lifetime, you have an infinite amount of timeline possibilities playing themselves out. Seems mind-blowing, seems chaotic, and it seems somewhat confusing, but it is a truth. Timelines organically cross in particular situations. Sometimes the magnetic pull of the planetary alignments can organically bump and pull a timeline here and there. But it is a truth, Master, that timelines are being severely manipulated at this time, severely manipulated. And so we will call those intentional bumps and crossovers rather than the organic movements. But any time that you get a deja vu, you've had a timeline cross, you've had a timeline bump. That shows you how similar your life playing itself out is in another timeline. It's like, oh, I just did this. oh, I just did this. So you're trapped in many of the timelines, but that's what that is. When that occurs, we want that to bring a smile to your face and know how extraordinarily infinite you are. And even though right now in this timeline, Master, you are limited to the perception of the things that you can grasp, and it's undeniable when you have that remembrance of a deja vu and let that lead you to the knowing that you are the all.
Awesome. Thank you so much. By the way, we know that the audio from Casey is breaking up, but the good thing is it's not constant, but the good thing what I was going to say is that we are not losing any single word. They're just delayed. So that's what's going on. So, we apologize for that. Sometimes we have some technical challenges. But anyway, we know it's going on, but the good thing is that, as you probably see on her, when she's speaking, suddenly we lose the audio, but after a while, we still hear everything that she says. So she says, and obviously Julius says. So thank you for the question, Darlene. Let's go to the next question from lovely Andreline. When a pet cat passes away, can it incarnate and become your pet again?
Absolutely. So we want to make sure that everybody understands our perception. A sentient is a sentient, or a soul is a soul. There are not specific souls that are feline, and there are not specific souls that are canine, and they're not specific souls that are humanoids. A sentient is a sentient. You incarnate into different costumes, a multitude, infinite amount of costumes in order to have experience for you to expand your knowing that you are source. So all souls reincarnate. All souls reincarnate. And a good portion of them will reincarnate into the same family line lineage, basically because they like hanging out with you. Because there's a little bit of an agreement in order to bring out love and compassion and empathy amongst the tribe that loves to intermingle so much together. So yes, pets or souls that are wearing some type of animalistic costume that could involve more than 2 legs certainly can reincarnate back with their tribe as well. In fact, we're going to go as far as saying you might be absolutely surprised at how quickly they can incarnate, where humanoids tend to sometimes skip a generation. In fact, a generation is actually still considered pretty quick for reincarnation, but an animal can do it not in a generation, but several times within the same family in a lifetime.
All right, thank you so much. By the way, JC Daly is saying, I agree, which is why I get scared. I don't want to create an issue based on my fear. No problem. That's why we are here. Hilda B, does the physical body, hi Hilda, how are you? Nice to see you again. Does the physical body of a high consciousness being stop needing air, food, and water? That's a great question.
We don't agree that it doesn't need air and water. It can start to operate without food, the way that you perceive food to be, Sunshine is a type of food. Oxygen is a type of food. Darkness, light, magnetic aspects of the earthship, the biorhythms of the earthship, these are food or fuel for the body. What happens when you hit a 6th level of consciousness, Master, is your digestive system doesn't exist anymore. All of your organs, all of your muscles, all of your tissues, and your brain totally change within your whole physical embodiment. So that is a truth. So the functionality of your body mostly returns back to light. It does not hold the density aspect, and food is just too dense for the light aspect of your body. So we've always said that the higher you raise your consciousness, the more high your vibration is, literally the less dense your body is, and the more you return to light. The truth is you are mostly light and water and air. You pretty much are a plant. That's pretty much what you are. But so we agree that you do not need that. By the time you're a 5th level of consciousness being, you're starting to not eat nearly as much as you used to. People become very concerned about this. You don't eat enough. You don't eat enough. It's like, I'm thriving. I'm healthy. I'm well. I grab my fuel from other energy sources. By the time you are a 6th level of consciousness being.
Awesome. Thank you so much. JC Daly says, thank you, of course. Hilda B, another question from Hilda is, what is Julius' definition of quantum energy?
We will call it, there's several forms of energy, Master. There are several forms of energy. We love to use the term omni-quantum energy. Omni-quantum energy is just about the highest resource of energy that your physical body could utilize and handle. It is not the energy of pure thought essence. That energy is immeasurable and really does not even have a descriptive nature to it. But omni-quantum energy, quantum energy, galactic energy, universal energy, celestial energies, these are all energies that can be transferred and utilized through a physicality in order for healing, restoration, and channeling. That is our answer.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next, by the way, Darlene says, excellent. Thank you, of course, anytime. Next question from Hilda B as well. Is Earth the only celestial body on this solar system that has 3D life forms and humanoid type of beings on the surface?
On the surface, yes, we would support that. Three-dimensional on the surface, yes. But that does not mean that the three-dimensional beings are not underneath the surface on the other planets. In fact, Master, that's usually a general normal process for a planet. Your Earthship is extremely young compared to the other planets in your solar system. And the resources on the interior of the planet are very rich and very, very controlled. It usually takes higher interior because that means that they would have to be very mindful of supporting their environmental stasis. So the other planets in your solar system hold and house third dimension, and they hold and house third dimensional beings, but they are on the interior. And on those planets, Master, you've switched out. Sometimes there are higher dimensional beings living on the surface, but your camera lens cannot pick them up.
Excellent. Thank you so much. By the way, Darlene says, I love your class on jumping timelines. I've listened to it many times. Actually, it's funny that he mentions that because obviously, because that Darlene mentions that. Sorry about that. Not he. Darlene mentions that because we're obviously going to talk about certain things in the middle of the show, as we always do, because we have a special. So you can, as Darlene is saying, you know, I love your class on jumping timelines. I've listened to it many times. Exactly. This is the content that is available, the expandwithjulius.com. Wonderful website. Okay, expandwithjulius.com. All right, let's go to the next question by Hilda as well. Are the devices that facilitate looking into and explore different timelines? Are there devices that facilitate looking into and explore different timelines? If yes, how do they work?
Commonly known as looking glass, commonly known as looking glass projects that the governments have. Not only can they jump ahead in timelines. So what they do is timelines work on a slight variance from each other. So they aren't on the exact same time projection. In other words, you may be 8-second lag up to a 7-minute lag on different timelines. And looking glass can open up the sliding portals and gateways into the time variances because you tend to run on the same thought projections. Timelines can tend to be very predictable just based on human nature and based on the programming that they have you guys operating from. But anytime somebody becomes mindful, they break the pattern of a timeline, in which case that would not occur. But most of humanity is operating on a program. So it's so easy for them to screw with the timelines, and most people don't notice. Getting back to your question, there are sliding doors and dimensional portal sliding doors that can be opened and closed with energy frequency projection. The Hadron Collider is one of the devices that is used for timeline jumping and access points into other dimensional components. They use plasma energy at these gateways, Master.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And now let's go to actually just a follow-up comment by JC. She's saying, I believe my dog Rumi was human in the past life. She is hyper aware of my lips and will not do doggy kisses on lips. Look at that. Why not? Exactly. Expand with Julius. Thanks, Lynn. That's us and our production team. Probably Sue. I love that class as well. And then we also have a comment from JC Daly. I think Luke was my Tommy dog from 10 years ago. Look at that. All right. So now. Yes, there's a, sorry, I was listening. It was, as you have seen, I have actually put on the right side of the screen our chat, right? So I try to do that so you can actually see what's being posted, because sometimes people say, hey, you forgot my question. It's not that we have forgotten it. It's just that it takes some time to get to your question, okay? So we always keep track of everything. So thank you so much. The next question comes from Gnarly Beer Trouble. Okay, I don't remember having seen Gnarly Beer Trouble before, but here is he or she. Casey, you are an awesome person. Absolutely. Keep up the good job. Mr. Aqua Viva is proud of the light you bring to the world. Look at that. Okay, so maybe you know what Gnarly Beer Trouble is talking about. But I don't know if you would like to say something. It's just a comment. It's not a question.
Wow. This could be. Wow. Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Well, you said it, so we'll see if there's another interaction. All right. Thank you anyway, Gnarly Beer Trouble, for being here and for speaking, Mr. Aquaviva. Okay. So you have a prodigious memory, by the way, Casey. I don't know if I would remember the name of my fifth grade teacher. Anyway, let's go to Alba. Alba, thank you for being here again. I don't remember if you have been asking questions before, but it's a pleasure to have you. Why just a small number of people can see what is happening in this reality and the others just ignore it?
Awareness, Master. Awareness. So most people do not choose to be aware. They just run off of programs. You're going to be amazed as soon as humanity starts to pay attention and break their programs. It's not hard to see it once you stop being programmed and running on your subconscious mind and on your programmed mind. It's very easy to see. You break the hologram. You break the hologram. When we say awareness, it means choosing your state of being rather than being succumb to the holographic or matrix illusion. Let us say that again. Anytime you are in reaction, you are playing in to the holographic matrix program. Anytime you are keeping yourself from reacting and instead calmly and creatively choose your next experience, you'll glitch the system and you will see everything.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And now we have a comment from lovely Androline. Our pleasure. Thank you. Of course, anytime. And then we have Chantel Svensson here. Hi all, and love to us. She loves us. We love you back. All right. Next question. Oh my goodness, they're really. I think our production team will have a lot of questions to gather and to record and to keep for the next show. But anyway, let's keep on going. The next question from Hilda as well. Comparing is judgment. Then how can we choose among multiple options without comparing to avoid judgment? What a great question.
It depends on what the word comparing means to you, okay? So if comparing feels like a judgment to you, then it is. But you can simply hold two things next to each other of the differential between them and not be in judgment. In other words, Master, you could say, I have blue, red, and yellow to choose from. In order to compare the pigments and tonalities and the densities of pigments and tonalities between those three is simply acknowledging the comparison, differentiation, but not judging that truth.
Awesome.
If you were to say that red or yellow is better than blue, then that is a judgment. So hold your comparisons simply to facts and truths without judging those facts and truths of being better or worse than the other.
All right. Thank you so much. Sorry I interrupted you, Julius and Casey. Let's go to the next comment. Actually, it's from JC Daly. As far as Earth, we are not spinning, correct?
You are rotating, Master. You are rotating, not spinning. There is a difference. There's a little bit more of an oscillation process than just a straight spinning like a basketball. Okay. So usually when people talk of spinning, it's like, the basketball on the figure. The truth is your Earthship is not perfectly round. It's kind of oblong. So you are on a rotation system.
All right. That has been said. Next question from Hilda B. Where is plasma located in the creative process?
Oh, it's part of your thought process, Master. It's part of the infusion into matter. It's part of the infusion into matter. So it would be, in the third process where
Julius is calling us.
Sorry.
That's okay. No problem.
Hold on.
No problem.
Sorry about that. Hold on just a second, Angel. So in the creative process, when thought is lowering itself in a vibration, when it gets to the third step, it divides itself into opposition and into the intermingling process of gastric moving, and that's where plasma is applied.
All right, thank you so much. And by the way, Stacy Savage is in the house. Exactly, we were missing her. Why wasn't she in the beginning of the show? It's very simple, because our show actually started really, really, really early. So no problem, Stacy. It's a pleasure to be here. All right, next question from lovely Andreline. What does it mean to be a ninth ether being here on Earth?
Well, we would say that that's just a dimensional component, Master, a dimensional component. So an etheric state is a dimensional state. It is not necessarily a level of consciousness. So the Earthship provides the opportunity for 6 levels of consciousness to be experienced throughout all of the dimensional spaces. That's why we've always supported that the 5th dimension does not necessarily guarantee a 5th level of consciousness state of being, because ghosts and apparitions reside in the 5th dimension and they're definitively locked in fear. So an etheric state, which is a 9th dimension state, does exist here on the Earthship, but it does not automatically mean a high level of consciousness. Each dimension simply provides a different materialistic aspect to experience your different levels of consciousness through variations of density projection.
All right, thank you so much. Stacy Savage is saying, miss you all last week. So grateful to be here. Absolutely. Actually, I forgot to mention that. Last week, there was a personal reason that unfortunately didn't allow us, a conflict in an agenda, unavoidable, that, didn't allow us to be here online for you again, but we never keep track of all your questions, okay? So thank you so much. We miss you too. Okay, so now we have a question from someone else that they don't remember asking questions before. So welcome back, and Advanced Harmonics, okay? And the question from Advanced Harmonics is regarding this new, I'm noticing that new information is received on energetic downloads, and I am prompted to integrate with intuitive flashes in. I don't know if that's a question or you would like to make it now. Okay, all right. So thank you for the comment, Advanced Harmonics. And then the next one is actually Jessica Caseman. The same thing as I said before. I don't remember her. So if this is your first show asking a question, thank you so much for doing it. We really appreciate you. The same thing for Advanced Harmonics. Thank you for comment. Thank you for asking questions. And that's Jessica's question. My granddaughter's other grandmother is abusing her in several ways. We're really sorry to hear that. Physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I am feeling I need to have her come with me. Is narcissism truly a demon?
Narcissism is a mental illness, Master. It is a mental illness. It is a disorder. It is an emotional and mental disorder, and that is a truth. Generally caused by forms of trauma aspects, usually abandonment issues and physical abuse as well. It is a protective mechanism. The soul is detached in a narcissist. It is not centered. A narcissist does not have the ability to feel compassion or empathy. Truth of superiority and concern for themselves. It's a state where the soul is off kilter. The degree of narcissism has to do with how far away the soul is detached. So some people have narcissistic tendencies. They can lean into that when they're out of balance, when things in their life have thrown them off kilter, lean into narcissism. If they bring themselves, do their inner work, bring their soul back into alignment, then they usually can calm those narcissistic tendencies down. The problem with narcissists is they don't think they need to do any inner work. So generally speaking, their soul remains off kilter.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Next question from Stacy Savage. Julius, is it possible to have fun celebrating birthdays without accepting the aging process that the birthday signifies? Or is it best we don't celebrate our birthday at all? I have a saying, but I'm not Julius, so go ahead.
We would say that you could have a celebration of an arrival day, if you can keep yourself from succumbing of the counting of those, then we could say you could maybe break the program of the aging process. The problem is the program runs pretty deep because you are programmed in numerical counting and numerical growth. So that's the problem. That's part of the programs that run. You can celebrate your arrival on Earth Day. We usually say, happy birthday on Earth Day, to people. But it still ends up in some way being a numerical count for you, Wouldn't it be delightful, Master, if you all celebrated every day the true essence of life for which you are experiencing? And that was a continual state. Because wouldn't it be lovely to be in that level of appreciation and joy in every moment? And that way your body would be thriving vibrationally, constantly restoring itself, and aging would cease.
All right. Thank you so much. And you know what? Right now, I have an emergency here. My apologies to everybody. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show the spring sale cleaning and clearing. Please continue without me for the next few minutes. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So we have a spring sale cleaning and clearing special. So everybody on our website each month, we are clearing out old programming and classes, which is amazing for all of you because you can get them at an extremely reduced rate. If you're interested in any of Julius's teachings, if you're curious, if you want to take some classes, this is your opportunity to get them. The thing about them is they're going away. So these are not specials that are going to return to their normal price. These are going away. They're clearing out the vault of all of our previous classes and programs prior to this year of 2024. So as you click on this QR code, or if you go to the website, expandwithjulius.com, there's a limited time that each of these classes are going to be available. Then they're going to be removed, and there's going to be some more put up. So Sue and the team have to do a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of editing, a little bit of refinement on these courses and classes. And we decided to offer them all to you at an amazing price and an amazing opportunity. If you've been with Julius for a while, but you'd love to stock your library with some of the older programs and classes, this is a great opportunity for you as well. We're really, really excited for all of the changes here at Expand with Julius. And sometimes you just got to get rid of the old stuff and usher in, the new things. And we were just going to drop them all together. And Sue was like, no. Let's take this opportunity to let everybody climb on. We love you guys so much. And we really love to provide the opportunity for your interaction with Julius. So just like Angel said, he's got this up. You can snapshot on that QR code. We have an amazing support team. You can always email Sue Dolan at support@expandwithjulius.com if you have questions about any of these classes that are advertised under these specials before your purchase. Sue is amazing at helping you decide which class might be a good choice for you. But they're so reduced. They make wonderful gifts for people, but we really wanted to show our appreciation, for all of you. This will also take you to the general website, and on expandwithjulius.com, you can keep up with us. You can see all of our offerings, all of our service offerings, and the things that we've got coming up. This show, of course, in particular, as well as summits and retreats and courses and classes that we run on an updated aspect. If you're curious and want to join some of those things on that website, expandwithjulius.com, and hunt around and fish around and see what interests you. And again, you're always going to get wonderful, wonderful support. I have always boasted to everybody out there that we have the most amazing support team. You're never going to find customer service like you find it with Sue. So please utilize that for yourselves as well. Masters, it is our delight to be here with you. What an opportunity as we grant love to Angel right now as he deals with a personal matter. We wanted to extend our deep love and appreciation for all of you. You are the most amazing beings, aren't you? You are the most amazing beings. Descending yourself down onto the Earth ship, knowing you will go through amnesia in order to know yourselves as source through a new, fresh vantage point, in which case expands source energy even further, which is an endless cycle into infinity. Not all souls have come yet, Masters. Not all of them have come yet. You're very brave. You're amazing. We know that you falter with remembering that about yourselves as well. We want you to utilize this truth to help project a better knowing of yourself, a confidence, a self-love. These things that are shifting and changing the Earthship at this time, Master, is that form of awareness for everyone. You see, you can switch your awareness on anytime that you choose. Mostly people do it when they have their guts full of it and they get tired of living in the limitations of their lives and are finally seeking another way. Then you will discover that it is the only way, the inward journey. And what you are to discover there is indescribable. The levels of love and compassion and empathy, that is source at its purest form, resides within you, Masters. And it just takes a moment to take a glimpse. We always encourage all humanoids to take that time, to spend a lot of time. If you are suffering in your life, if you are sad, if you are depressed, if you are feeling detached from the ability to create the world or the life that you desire, calm your minds, Master. Choose your thoughts and your emotions without judgment, and you will break the holographic matrix, and you will also break your limitations of your low frequency state. You are amazing. And isn't that truth amazing as well? We want you to know how much we love you. You are loved beyond measure. You are loved beyond your ability to even recognize and know this love. But just take our words as a promissory note of truth, Masters. For when these words cause the gum all over the outer shell of your costume, know that that is your truth speaking to you. We are delighted to be a conduit for you to remember all that you are. As these truths come back to you, Masters, share them with others. Always project love and compassion and positivity to others, because most people are deeply seated in self-judgment and therefore judgment projection of all in their lives. That's what keeps the matrix active. Break the system. Break the system. Because you know what, Masters? There is no such thing as time. What if we could get everybody on the planet, every sentient being, to share the same moment of accepting themselves as source, just for a moment, just for a moment? The wave of that frequency and truth would truly tear down the fear projections that they try so diligently to bind you with. Since you don't know when that time is, we would suggest you spend quite a lot of time in that thought. It is a contagious truth. People thrive and live in high frequency. They become addicted to it. What a wonderful addiction to have. It is a difficulty, Masters, when things in your life are a struggle. It is a difficulty when you are in pain and you are in suffering. And we understand that. And we see that. Know that the most difficult is for them to be. And also this, Master, it is a choice to see them as difficult times. That may be the most important thing for you to know. If you say to oneself, this is easy, this is seamless, this is smooth, you will be amazed at how you will shift and become that truth. Practice, Masters, practice. There is nothing to fear, and there is nothing that you cannot do or be. You are source energy. When you ask questions of yourself, Master, try to come back to that thought projection. And here's another great one when you're trying to find solutions for anything. What would love do? Who would love be? And how would love act in the situation? But Masters, you must remember that you have to love yourselves as well. For you cannot give so much mistreatment as your path or your destiny or your contract or your karma. It is not a truth. Break all of those limitations, coming back to telling yourselves and being the projection of love, compassion, empathy, and knowing yourselves as source. What is your question?
When everything is falling apart and when you're everywhere you turn, it seems like you find another narcissist.
Mm-hmm.
How do you stay centered?
Right. So the question, Masters, from the person sitting live in the audience is, what about the repetitive pattern of bringing narcissists into your life? How do you stay centered? How do you break that? How do you not find yourself feeling as if you are the one that is damaged and in lack and therefore a magnet to this experience, and that somehow you're being punished in some way? We would tell you it is the most difficult thing to be manipulated and traumatized by a narcissist, to recognize it. Recognition changes everything. For the repetitive pattern of narcissists only happens when you're not aware. The minute you become aware, you get them out of your life and you break the cycle. The key to any point of joy, Masters, is awareness, But it is also this: do not judge that which you become aware of, or you will spiral down and remain in the cycle of low frequency, so you will continue to attract them. Allow the narcissist to sit in judgment, Master. Stay away from judgment, truth of what you have become aware of, and you break the cycle. Does that help you?
Yes, thank you.
Masters, there is an outbreak, a contagion across the earthship of narcissistic behavior. They are activating this mental state in the brain with poisons and frequencies and programming. They are actually causing people who would not normally dive into being a narcissist behavior-wise into that state. They are actually thriving and striving for this activation, because when a soul is not centered, it is easily extracted. And once they start extracting souls, they can control and contain and manipulate all of humanity to such an extraordinary state you would not even want to know the results of that truth. When you do your conscious journey, Masters, when you are willing to take a good look at your own version of yourself without judging the previous state of yourself, you help to bring compassion, alignment of souls, authenticity, and love projection back to this earthship. Even those that are deeply seated in narcissism, you kind of let them be. Would be nice if you just put them in a room and let them eat themselves, right? Perhaps that will be a solution one day. What you can mostly do, Masters, is strive every day to choose to not go into narcissism, to not succumb to the victimhood projection, and to not succumb to judgment. You have to live from the soul, not the altered ego. The altered ego is a narcissistic state, and the soul is the alignment of source state of being. And they surely do not want you to be that. This requires mindfulness from the human experience. And most humans are too lazy to be mindful until you've had your guts full of it. And then we ignite the flame within you for you to have a desire to be the all. Then you would be amazed at how much energy you have to become that truth when you know that the end result is joy. Masters, we want you to all know that you are loved beyond measure. It seems that Angel is consumed with a private matter, so we're going to go ahead and close this show for this week. Everybody send him some love for us, please. Sends him some love. Sometimes life is hard and it is consuming, and this gentleman puts out everything for us to do this show. Even when very difficult things are going on in his life, he comes forth and does the show for all of us. Blessings to all of you. We look forward to seeing you this next week, this next Thursday. We will not be on. I'm going to be traveling, moving into a new exciting place for myself, and moving forward with Expand with Julius even more. So the following week, we'll be back. You are amazing. We absolutely love you and appreciate you. Okay? So good night for now. Again, please send Angel some love, and
thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just back. My apologies. It's an urgent thing, and I have to.
Angel. We're ready to go.
All right. Thank you so much. I apologize, everybody. Okay.
Okay. Bye, Angel. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Okay.
See you. Bye-bye.